Good evening, esteemed guests, and welcome to more Super Nintendo Super Stars action, where this time we are back to the world of A Link to the Past randomizer with a little bit of a twist. I am Wolfman2000, also known as Danstad, and I am joined tonight by Spy Poet.
Good evening, everyone. How are you doing, Wolf?
Oh, I'm doing alright. Hope you're doing well. Do you think you can help explain what's about to happen as I gotta get these runners going?
Absolutely. So what we've got a 2 versus 2 multi-world game going on today. Synack and Brewers well, not exactly the same seed, but they will find each other's items in each other's games. For example, Synack could have Brewers silvers on Lumberjack Leg, which would be terrible, just so we're on the record. Otherwise, it still kind of runs the same as normal Link to the Past randomizer. It basically, you gotta find all the items, beat the dungeons, find the crystals, defeat the enemy.
Indeed. Our teams are just about ready to go. It will be Brewers Fan JP and Synack of Team Brewers Fan Synack, and Lin and Megawatt of Team Meguwoot. I hope I said that right. And just so it is clear, this is going to be based off of the version 30 logics, so those that are familiar with the daily races that have taken place on the SpeedGaming networks, there will be some logical things that you won't see exactly, but we may still see some tricks nonetheless. And as you may have just seen on Lin's side, we had items exchanged. This is the magic of Multiworld. You can pick up an item, and it can go to your partner. And on the top side, it looked like Eastern Palace was a pendant.
I didn't even catch the map check, they did it that quickly.
Oh! Brewers just received a mirror. Well, that's certainly going to come in handy for later, while Lin finds a bee in a bottle.
I didn't quite manage to see what was on Lumberjack Ledge.
It looked like an arrow capacity upgrade. Ooh, sword find for Lin. But it's actually Megawatt's sword. So, one of the other things that we should note is, I believe arrow capacity upgrades and bomb capacity upgrades are still in this. At least that's what it looked like on my end. It may have just been a 10-pack. Then again, we did have a multi-world earlier in the Superstars Marathon where we had capacity upgrades, so it's hard to tell. Holy moly, does everyone have swords in the Lost Woods hideout?
Yeah, looks like it.
Well, at the very least, our 4 runners will be armed and ready. So just so it is clear, the top 2 runners are effectively our player 1s. Ooh, was that? Yes, that was a power glove. Nice find. Whereas our bottom 2 runners are, well, they're also playing the same scene. Thank you, Mikans, in chat for clarifying. Oh, early King of Samaria, too. Nice.
Got a lot of interesting stuff found, but nothing that's really pointing anywhere quite yet.
Not yet, but we're making our way through. It's just gonna be a little... I should at least clarify, my normal style of calling these races, ooh, more bottles, will not work. Normally when I commentate, I try to help take notes of things. Ooh, silvers already. Again, V30 logic, so silvers are separated from bows, and nice lamp find as well. But, well, it's gonna be hard to even attempt to take notes when there are technically two versions, or two halves of the same seed going on, so... Chat, keep us clean. Ooh! Did you just see that flute there?
I did, and Sanak actually got his boots as well.
And in the meantime, Megawatt is in a different direction, going through the front half of the Hyrule Castle escape sequence. Already found that small key, and there's a map check for Sinak. Bottom players have a pyramid crystal at Desert and some sort of pendant at Eastern. But for now, let's rise.
Megawatt not actually making that unheard of a move for a multi-world because you guys, they can have each other's items. They kind of want to check everything available. Of course, you still don't want to hundo the seed, but it's randomizer.
Indeed it is, and also, I think Sinak just managed to get a hook shot there, which was passed directly to Brewers fan. So remember folks, this is a multi-world. If you see someone pick up an item, but then the text at the bottom says that it was sent to their partner, that means only one item was found, it was just actually delivered.
Interesting share there, both Brewers and Sanak getting big.
Oh! Megawatt finding the ice rod. Or was that the fire rod? It was one of the two.
I think that was the fire rod. We'll have to look at a inventory screen in a moment.
Alright, Megawatt was done with the front half of Escape. Let's check the back. While Sinak is going to catch up on some reading. And today we will, learn about the magic of Ether. While Megawatt learns about going fast and surviving in alternate worlds. That's the Moon Pearl and the boots, though the Moon Pearl goes to Lin Lin Lin. So will Sinak need that ether? That's going to be an interesting question for later. And go ahead.
No, I was just going to say we see Lin 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 going to do exactly what Megawatt did, head into Hyrule Castle to check out the...
Except apparently I was mistaken, those boots that Megawatt found were also for Lin Lin Lin. That means Lin 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 has both boots and Moon Pearl. And in the meantime, thank you, Mike Vitale says, for continuing your support to the SpeedGaming family. Brewer's sequence breaking up the mountain doesn't have that much so far. I mean, either that or I missed him picking up the lantern.
Well, he had flute, so he could get up there. He just sequence broke, Old Man.
That is true. So what's on top of the Spectacle Rock while we have Mini Moldorm Cave for Sinak? Alright, rupees, more rupees. Ah, bombs which we can purchase with rupees. There's another sword, and there's the other mirror. Which means we have certainly got a variety of items available in the early game.
Indeed.
Alright, purple chest for player 1 is not needed. Hints have been turned on. And furthermore, I have been informed that there will be hints on the storytellers for this seed as well. Question is, will our runners want to go out of their way to locate those storytellers and additionally pay the 20 rupees for most of them?
I believe Lin just got a hookshot from Megawatt. It's kind of hard to tell.
If that was from the same spot that Sinek got, then yes, Lin does have the hookshot. And, that's where Megawatt's boots actually are. And I think Lin just got the flute. Ooh, okay, Turtle Rock green pendant for top players, Ice Palace is the other pendant, and I think Thieves Town was our pyramid crystal.
I was too busy looking at someone else's screen, I didn't even see it.
This is not the easiest style to come, even I goof it up now and then. Anyway, Camper only providing 20 rupees, while Brewer's Fan hoping to get lucky with Tower of Hera. Nice early big key. Now, while we are on version 30 logic, Blue Boomerang, I don't think we care that much. Is Brewer's Fan going to potentially go for the Herapod clip? Nope, going to retreat and take the long way. Megawatt now gets that ether medallion, nicely done. While Lin is heading over to the Sanctuary Bunk Rocks. One check here, but relatively simple to go through. Not much. Maybe bottom player will have something good. Well, extra health certainly doesn't hurt, but it went for the partner instead.
Indeed, that's one of the fun parts of Multiworld, is that you could very well end up going hours without finding any heart pieces or anything for yourself, making dungeons much more riskier to play.
Speaking of risky, Brewer's Fan, Moldorm, 1 heart. This is dangerous.
Ooh.
Still, 3 or 4 sword spins should work as long as Moldorm plays nice. But we may have to go for a defensive strategy. There's 2.
Oh, and
go for it.
Oh, hold it off. That was beautiful.
All for a key to the basement that we may not even need. First blood goes to Team Brewer's Fan Sinek.
And unfortunately, that basement check is going to be orphaned. No fire sources, no basement.
Megawatt making his way over to the Paradox Cave area. We saw some good stuff over here, so wonderful decision. And it looks like everyone wants to explore the mountain.
Indeed.
Okay, thank you. JP is in the mountain and just receiving a smorgasbord of items from Sinek.
Possibly some connection issues.
We also saw blue mail given to Lin. And, oh, there's the other Kana Samaria. Now, how about topside? Piece of heart, another glove that should give Synack Titans mitts. And, oh, JP has bow and flippers. That increases our potential locations to explore here. Well, in the meantime, Megawatt is just able to dash through Spiral Cave. So if you had any songs about this place, you gotta sing them quickly because Megawatt's about to fall in the hole. Oh, and there's value for our bottom players. Magic Powder.
Brewers fan getting some upgrades from Trinexx product.
Whereas top players, Spiral Cave is just a little bit of love. Oh! That's one of the disadvantages of Multiworld. Synack just found a heart piece for JP while he was trying to play the flute. Unfortunately, the item animation kinda interfered with being able to be picked up by the goose.
Brewers finding his own power glove.
Alright, so if I'm looking at things correctly, we still don't have Dark World access for any of our 4 players.
Not yet, but no one's actually gone into Eastern proper. I've only seen one soft check. Well, closet check, I should say.
Well, it looks like Synack is trying to head over there, while Lin is now going to take care of Tower of Hera. I should mention JP does have the crystal from Hera already, so we're good on that front. Ooh, Magic Cape. Meantime, Megawatt is hoping that Ice Rod Cave will have something good.
Just some love.
Well, Lin is certainly benefiting.
That's very true.
Considering that Moldorm can be a pain, especially with this low heart amount, you know, every little bit helps. And with that, both of our top players have defeated Moldorm and thus have their crystal.
Now, Lin can actually check that last chest with the fire rod.
Both Fire Rod and Lantern available. Question is, will he? Yes, he will.
This could be very good or very bad depending on what's in that chest. If it's something good, have to hope Brewers doesn't orphan it for too long.
Well, it is a little bit of a waiting game. Now, when it comes to Multiworld, there are a number of interesting terms when it comes to waiting games, but this is not the actual intent for it. This is just our traditional coffee break. We don't have to go out to any restaurants right now. And I honestly don't know how many are really open tonight, because, you know, it's the day after Thanksgiving.
I've not seen any notifications pop up on Brewer's side yet. Not sure Mac managed to get out of Easter.
You are correct. No, Trinexx is the one receiving items from JP instead, so Eastern for our bottom players is going to be a solo experience, unless the Armos Knights have something. And Megawatt, wonderful Harapot. Of course, let's get the other chests while we can. Okay, big chest we didn't need. How about the small one? Also didn't need. Come on, game, work with us. Meantime, JP and Trinexx are going through the front end of Hyrule Escape, or excuse me, JP is now going to the back. Big John, it is left versus right today. The left team is Team Brewers fan Trinexx, the right team is Team Meguwoot. At least I think that's how you're supposed to pronounce OWO.
I'm not sure how we'd set up for diagonal teams, but
for now, let's not worry about that. Megawatt is the third to complete Tower of Hera, but unfortunately it was only for a pendant. Now Megawatt is hoping that there's something worthwhile in that basement.
is Bruce checking Lumberjack?
Yeah.
Did he not do this on the
So
original
he'll
path?
I don't think JP did previously, but... Okay, it was bombs at the top. What's on the bottom? And we may not get that check for a while, but something is telling me that we may not have to worry too much about Aga 1 today. Unless, of course, our way to the Dark World is literally guarded by that. Ooh, Bombos at the basement of Tower of Hera for our bottom players. Now Lin is hoping for some good luck with Mini Moldorm Cave, while JP going to the back of Escape. Bombs, lantern. Not a match, but certainly a good find.
Seeing just a bit of overlap here from everyone. JP getting his fire rod there from somewhere in Trinexx game world, back of Escape.
I think that was Dark Cross because Lin also received that from Megawatt's position. However, what I'm noticing is that I feel like we're running out of checks right now.
We really are.
Oh! I have spoken too soon.
Trinexx now has Dark World access.
Indeed. And perhaps we're going to take advantage of it. And one of our trackers, Math Girl, does bring up a good point. If our top runners wanted to, they could take out Aga and access the Dark World that way. But who wants to do that? Oh no, I don't know if that was intentional, but a water walk for Lin 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 was cancelled because of the item exchange.
Oof. Water walk always a.
Hopefully it won't be that big of an issue.
Multiworld always risky to try to do water walks. Never know when you might get your own flippers in the middle of.
Alright. Oh, that's where. Oh no. Lin Lin is swimming right now, but okay, gets inside Waterfall of Wishing as the shovel is exchanged. Oh, had the Moon Pearl anyway, we didn't have to worry. And the flippers, yes, thank you. Our top runners have all of the items right now, but our bottom runners have the quicker Dark World access. Kinda makes you wonder how the balance is going. Though, speaking of balance, we're about to lose a bit of our balance because Lin 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 is about to visit King Zora.
This is the Zora song. It's not very long.
And with those arrows, we feel like this visit was wrong.
It was. And we see a wonderful moment of Flippy on our bottom left there. Megawatt heading into Eastern, we will be able to see what Trinexx actually got out of there.
And Lin 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 going for digging. Ooh, there's a Book of Mudora. That's megawatts.
Literacy is important. Oh, but with that quick peek, we do see Dark World access for our top players on the desert ledge.
Wait, you said on the desert ledge, correct?
Yep.
But
Which means book.
But the book was actually for the bottom
That's
players.
right. I forgot.
So, question is there another way through, or do we have to possibly go through Aga Tower for them?
Hammer would get them access through the portal in Kakariko.
Yeah, I mean, Hammer would work, but, ooh. Man, I don't think our top runners are happy right now. They either need Hammer or Aga, and I'm concerned that Aga may be the play for them.
Or a book find from for themselves or from the bottom.
Yeah, but our top players are running low on checks, I feel. They may just have to chance it. In the meantime, Trinexx is about to rescue a maiden. Well, allegedly a maiden.
I have my doubts about that one.
The fact that we're rescuing or the fact that it's a maiden?
Both?
Good answer. Alright, in the meantime, we've seen our bottom players go through Eastern, but now it's time for Lin 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 to go through and actually be able to full clear the place. Meantime, Trinexx showing off a little bit. What's our pun of the day, by the way? Gardeners like to spring into action. Yuck, yuck, yuck.
I appreciate that one.
And, ooh, that was many crystal checks on Megawatt's side, and I did not get a good chance to see where those pendants were.
Again, I was watching someone else's screen, didn't even see the map check.
Alright, Synack now has a crystal while Megawatt is going through Skull Woods. Only a small key in the transitional portion. And here's backup. Okay, Ice Palace red, Misery Mire green, and Thieves Town. Yeah, Thieves Town was our pyramid crystal for our bottom players. So.
Yep.
And Megawatt apparently found their own fire rod because they're in the back.
I have no idea where, but it was found. It's given. And off they go to Mothula.
I mean, it makes sense. It is a crystal. Alright, JP, finding out about the bottle contents. Ooh, free red potion. Alright, I'm probably going to regret this, but, well, a commentator that I often work with, the Base Beast, typically wants to know the answer to this question, and I'm going to propose it to you, Spy Poet.
Uh-oh.
What is the red potion made of? Hammer! Nice find, Synack.
The red potion is made up of whatever the use for the red pop.
My apologies, you broke up a little there, Spy. Can you say it again?
I said my guess would be it's made up of the red items that get used in the big bomb. Except you're blowing your health. Eh?
That works. I guess. I mean, it was either that or what the red potion tastes like. I forget what the question is, but
Strawberries.
that one's easy. Yeah, that one's easier to answer. Alright, Megawatt has taken out Mothula, and Lin is going up Aga Tower.
JP does have that last check in Hera, possibly heading to that or heading up.
Megawatt double checking the pedestal. I will swing your foes a whole lot?
I believe Sting.
Sting your foes a lot.
So, Arrow Pack?
According to chat, it's a bee in a bottle.
Bee in a bottle.
So, for our bottom players, the pedestal is dead.
Our bottom players do not have any bottles yet, so...
You're right. It may not be. And we've already gained that knowledge about the boots. But we thank you for that telepathic tile. So let's let chat have some fun. So Lin is about to approach the top of Aga Tower, or the castle tower. Assuming perfect patterns of red balls and blue balls and no missed swings, how many blue balls are we going to see? Insert a number between 0 and 15, integers only, inclusive range, no fancy formulas, because we want to keep this simple for everyone.
3.14?
Spy, Thanksgiving's already over, we've had enough pie. It's all good. Anyway, guessing stops now. Also, there was a shovel on Bumper Cave for our bottom players, by the way. Okay, Dementive, have the pie you want. I was just saying, we are not guessing pie.
I get to have pie when I'm done with this commentator session. Uh-oh.
That's... Yeah, we'll not worry about that for now. In the meantime... Lin is almost done with Aga 1. Okay, I think we're back. And... oh, second blue ball. And a third. So if I've done my counting correctly, I think 3 blue balls is the answer. And the first one to guess 3? Triple factorial. Congratulations, you get a shout-out. Shout-out! There is your shout-out. And for taking out Aga, get half magic.
I always enjoy finding half magic. It's one of my favorite items.
I mean, half magic is always good for safety, but for our top players, I can't exactly say this is what they want right now. This isn't... you know, we're kind of restricted on how to access the Dark World right now.
Unfortunately true.
But perhaps Catfish will give us an idea. Alright, Megawatt about to dig up that hammer. While Lin is going to hope to get something good here. Not what we're after. Though, actually, maybe it was. Note the rupee count, 108. What's the magic number in order to get into Palace of Darkness?
110? 50?
110, assuming no damage. That is correct.
I suddenly can't do math today. Surprise, I can't do math anyway.
It's all good. Alright, MC Hammer's Vault has a little bit of love. So apparently, we are not touching that. Meantime, Sinak is trying to wrap up Desert Palace. King's Tomb for Lin. We haven't seen this. Just bombs. Now, admittedly, thanks to Hookshot, Power Glove, and Moon Pearl, we do have access to a lot of the Dark World. It's just we're restricted to one primary entrance right now.
However, with the items they do have, our top team is able to make a really good round, though, of the Dark World. They're able to finish Thieves Town, they can go into Skull Woods, they can do all of the Dark World South Shore checks.
Indeed, a lot is open to them. Question is, will they be able to capitalize? Alright, Landmola's trying to give Sinek a hard time. And, ooh, out of magic. But Sinek gets the job done. Nicely done. Now Lin is deciding, you know, let's take your advice, Spy. Let's just go through Skullwoods and see what we can do by working mostly from the back to the front. Well, thank you, Megawatt, for telling us why we typically never have to check the big chest in Ganon's tower in an open mode style seed. It is very rare for that big chest to actually have anything of importance. Though, considering this is Multiworld, it technically could be possible that something important is in there for the other player. Also, since Megawatt apparently found a bottle, or Lin found it for him, the pedestal is now dead for the bottom players. So where do you think that hammer's going to be for our top players today?
Too many choices, not enough yet.
Go with your first instinct.
Their own pedestal?
That's an impossible requirement, because you need the hammer to access Turtle Rock, and Turtle Rock is a pendant.
I forgot PR was a pendant for them.
Yeah, this is a... We have to track two different sets of information, which isn't the easiest thing in the world here. But seriously, I want all of you. Please follow our forerunners: Brewers Fan JP, Linya, the Cynic, and Megawatt. Don't forget about our... It's supposed to be two trackers here, Frostwares and MathGirl718, and don't forget about my commentary partner here, Spy Poet.
We do get an interesting check here on JP's side as he visits one of the talkers.
Oh, I missed it. What did the storyteller have for us?
A sword can be found near a thief in Player 2's world.
Near a thief? That's the Lost Woods hideout, I think, because that's one of the thieves. And I think everyone went there already.
Indeed.
So, unfortunately, that's a wasted 20 rupees, I believe.
Looks like Flynn hasn't really found anything in School Woods yet, kind of doing the round.
Well, we did get the crystal from there, at least.
Indeed.
And... Oh,
well,
that's
there
where
was
that bottle...
Mega's bottle.
Alright, I was wondering where that was going to end up. Alright, Megawatt is now on a journey to turn in that purple chest. And from there, we can also access the Bombo's tablet. I do believe Synac already activated it, but I don't remember what was there. Also have some more money. Alright, so fair question from chat. The teams on your left, JP and Synac of Team Brewers Fan Synac, and on your right, Lin and Megawatt of Team Meguwoot.
I love hearing you try to pronounce their team name because I can't at all even try. I just start giggling in the middle of it.
Let's just say, you end up hearing one meme, you hear at least 3 more, and I had to pick it up at some point. Oh, Synac versus Trolldorm. Trolldorm gets the point.
Luckily, getting knocked off in a spot that does not involve tumbling all the way down Tower Temple. I mean, Tower of Hair.
That is true. However, Moldorm does regain all the health. However, once Moldorm loses all the health, that's it. And oh? Moldorm had the book? Did I see that right? Or is it... No, Lin now has a book. We have our traditional Dark World access now because we can access Desert Palace for the top players.
That was on a tablet or purple chest?
No, that was in Thieves Town, I believe.
Mm. Oh, from their own.
That is correct.
Luckily, won't be far behind for JP here.
That is true. And so, for those asking about what Multiworld is, oh, there's already a dedicated command, but in short, we have our two teams on your left and right. The players on the top can potentially find items to give to the players on the bottom, like Lin just did to give 50 rupees to Megawatt. You can find your own items in the game as well, but, you know, how they're distributed, it all depends. But effectively, the top players have the same seed, the bottom players have the same seed, and they are only interacting with their partners. Now, I don't remember if we've established what a proper win condition is, whether it is, you know, the first team to finish, or if it's average times, but we will at least keep an eye on the record times once they happen, and we'll figure it out from there.
When getting a small key there in the maiden's cell, no hammer, so I'm not... Oh, I lied. Got the hammer.
Oh, that's where... Wait, did I just see... There's quarter magic enabled in this.
No, that was actually Megawatt's half magic.
That... Oh, so it's just the next sprite thing. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, and in this case, we do now have it confirmed. So, with the hammer actually in the Sea House, not in Thieves Town, yeah, there were two different ways for Dark World to be on top. Also, you get two puns, but honestly, I think we're gonna have a much brighter future than what Blind thinks. So, we'll just say no thank you.
I mean, Lynn does have the lamp already, so...
Alright, Blind goes down. Only providing a compass for the efforts, but hey, it's another crystal.
Yeah, JP picking up his book there. Following Lynn's footsteps here, we'll pick up all that good.
Alright. Looks like JP may receive something soon, if I'm following Trinexx correctly. Well, in the meantime, Lin is going straight to pick up those Titan Smiths.
Looking at the trackers here, it looks like our bottom players are the ones in need of items still the most. I believe for this not co-op, our top players would probably go mode at the moment. But because they are doing co-op multi-world, they do need to keep checking everything just on the off chance that their desert has the bottom players' flippers.
That is true. It cannot be a true go mode experience unless both members of the team are in go mode. Though, I am trying to remember, and I may need chat's help for this. is it possible for, say, player 1 to be in go mode and find a necessary item for player 2 in Ganon's tower so that they can enter Ganon's tower? And chat is already answering. Alright, so we may have a situation where GT is required for the other person to get in. So make sure to go through all your checks, and in this case, it may be good to know where that ice rod is for our top players. Also, I missed what that medallion check was in order to enter Misery Mire, but we may get a second look on Megawatt's side. In the meantime, what's in the Mire Shed? Nothing important. So perhaps Checkerboard Cave will have something.
Sanak going to check pedestal for our bottom player.
And we've already learned that is a bee in the bottle, which, at this point, none of them are going for it. And thank you, Nochibato. For our bottom players to enter Misery Mire, they need Quake, which they have. And now Lin has taken out the Moldorms, and JP is done with Blind. Landmolas, sorry. Great, now I'm getting everything mixed up with this seed, or these seeds. Let's focus on Hype Cave instead. Munitions Cave. Nothing important. Ooh, chest game not giving up anything this time. But at least we got our money back.
That's all. Even more fun when it gives you an increase.
And was that a fire rod or ice rod for JP?
I have no idea because I didn't catch what it was.
Oh, it was the... Okay, there's some mixed opinions from chat, but it looks like it's the ice rod. So, for those that have just tuned in, this seed has been, interesting. Remember, this is a multi-world seed. Left side players versus right side. Top players have gotten all the items so far, but they had to work in order to gain access to Dark World. And as far as who has the lead, it is a little too soon to tell, though admittedly, Team Meguwoot on your right have defeated more crystal dungeons compared to Team Brewers Fansinek on your left. For those wondering why I'm using that pronunciation, I'll just paste the teams in chat, and let's actually get my, how to say this confirmed. Meantime, ooh, Lin in Palace of Darkness. With that hammer, we can full clear the place.
Sanak is not dead. We've unfortunately been having stream issues on their side.
Oh my gosh, Lin. No! Almost had the hover. Alright, top of the room. Nothing important, so unfortunately that was a waste of a key. Oh, and with the big key there, both side is unofficially required there. And, oh, Lin just got some excellent news. West side Swamp Palace, not required.
Quick face cam on Trinexx side again.
Give us a moment, folks. We are trying to make sure that the quality is getting back up to your normal standards here. Alright, Megawatt back in Death Mountain, perhaps going to check out that ether tablet. And JP, the first to enter Swamp. Now, Lin got the hint about left side Swamp. JP did not. At least, I didn't see JP get that hint. So, in this case...
No, JP hasn't gone in the pod yet.
Yeah.
So, you will unfortunately probably be checking that.
Well, at the very least, the big key comes early, so it's not like we have to double back into Swamp.
Very true.
And yes, it is left players versus the right players. For those that have tuned in just recently, it is Synack and JP of Team Brewers Fan Synack, and Lin versus Megawatt of Team Meguwoot. In the meantime, oh! Megawatt going straight to at least open Ice Palace.
Turtle Rock.
Turtle Rock, thank you.
That is interesting. It means ether is not required for our bottom players here. They can enter both Mire and Turtle Rock.
Ooh! Did I just see Lin get silvers there?
You sure did.
Also, hi Greg. The Green Rupee of Eternal Glory likes to be in many games, and in this case, it shows up twice in Link to the Past. And Super Bunny Cave not offering anything either. Now, interestingly, Lin has chosen to leave the back of pod for last. Not every day I see this strategy.
JP did also skip left side of there. Interesting.
Question is, will he go back? Oh, that was an Ice Rod. Ice Rod is in the one of the sunken chests in Swamp for our bottom players.
That does fully open Turtle Rock for Synack if he decides to go up that way.
But unfortunately, this also means Megawatt is unable to finish the place.
Indeed.
still, it's not necessarily a bad play, especially if we find a required item. Oh, Megawatt taking a death, and I don't know if that was intended there. Yep, going back up to try again to get those 2 chests in the double roller room.
Heading back in to get that last item on the left-hand side there.
And there we go, required small key to progress. And oh, JP is going left side. While Sinek is, well, receiving a bit more health. Anyway, we are approaching the 1 hour mark, so this is a good time to remind folks, this is a Link to the Past randomizer 2v2 multi-world race as part of the Super Nintendo Super Stars Marathon. This marathon has been going on for just about a week, and we still have a number of days left as we go through a number of popular and obscure runs for the Super Nintendo and Super Famicom systems. And Lin is going through Swamp right now. If he manages to hurry and do all this in time, then Megawatt is able to get that Ice Rod. But time is of the essence here. So in this case, Lin needs to have the best Swamp Palace plays in order to get there in time before Megawatt leaves Laser Bridge. Ooh, we certainly have an interesting development here. Oh, required big key on the island. Yeah, that's gonna take some time. Now, fortunately, Lin does know left side swamp is unnecessary.
That will help.
So again, the big question, will Lin get everything in time? And speaking of time, we have a big time bomb for JP. So what is inside that pyramid? Alright, Megawatt inside Mimic Cave. Certainly not a bad place to check. Oh, and it's very much required. That's the bow. And that small key in the big chest is likely required as well.
JP finding Trinexx flippers from his Pyramid Fairy.
Alright, moment of truth. If Lin hurries quickly enough, that Ice Rod will get in Megawatt's hands before a save quit on Laser Bridge. But this may be a little close. And pedestal check for our top players. JP's going to find out what it is. And okay, Lin will get the Ice Rod in time. And Pedestal is dead for both players. Alright, Megawatt, hope you enjoy your gift.
Very well timed from Megawatt there. Synac will be going into Turtle Rock, will be picking up that boat. Now, correct me if I'm wrong here, aside from the possible medallion for our top people, have we found everything else we need?
Let's see, flippers. I missed where they were picked up for our bottom players, but we're...
Pyramid Fairy.
Thank you. So, yeah, I think we technically have everything we need, minus medallions.
And of course, there's a possibility we don't need Bombos for the top player, as they do have a different seed than our bottom players.
Exactly. Remember, the seeds are interconnected between the two here. And as Argus goes down for Lin, Megawatt is ready to utilize that Ice Rod. Well, never mind, already utilized it. Now utilizing the Fire Rod. But note, Master Sword, not necessarily the best, but when all you have is a sword or a hammer, you make the best of it.
Indeed.
Alright, Trinexx is down. And the actual reward was a piece of heart, but there was a cane of Burna. Or did I get that backwards? Was it cane of... Multiworld is tricky to call, folks.
JP going back. Oh, and we do need bombos for our top players. It is a required firm mire there.
Ooh. So, is it right by the front? Well, a mushroom is. And no, this is not pre-recorded. This is live. I mean, if this was pre-recorded, I would have not had so many mistakes on commentary.
Megawatt checking Spike Cave. Lynn finding the fabled single arrow in Checkerboard Cave.
And Spike Cave not having anything worthwhile. But perhaps turning in this mushroom will give us something.
I don't even know where that mushroom came from.
Mire Shed.
Oh.
Well, there's Megawatt's Ether. So unfortunately, that mushroom was effectively pointless for its intended purpose. And I think we saw a hint for the top players that Magic Bat is not necessary either, correct?
I believe you're correct.
Alright, look.
Megawatt's heading the pod. Nexus Swamp, the
Trisha, I can tell you, I almost
next
started
dungeon
here,
with the most
but then
amount of
I
checks
ended up,
available for them. Possibly
involved,
going to
so.
cycle that straight into E.
Yep, and Cynic is about to get that bow, which I am sure he is going to be happy about.
Now, he is the only one that does not have silvers. And I'm trying to remember where they were for the top... where they were for Mega...
I'm struggling to remember as well. Again, it is... I've basically given up on trying to take notes for this because it's very difficult.
You've got that right.
Alright, JP has now learned that, can't enter Misery Mire just yet.
Chat.
Okay, Chad is saying Ice Rod was found in Pyramid Fairy. And silvers were probably from a boss. Oh, I had that backwards? Okay.
Hookshot Cave for bottom silvers.
Gotcha.
JP's not made it back up to definitely.
Yeah, that would make sense. Oh, and now Lin has found Megawatt's mushroom. Which means, for all we know, Megawatt may actually have the Bombos medallion Lin needs. Alright, Trinexx going through Laser Bridge, took the safety door, not a bad idea.
With one heart.
Alright, knowledge time. Ooh. That's not the knowledge we're looking for. JP has wasted money. So far, the storyteller hints haven't really given us much.
Yes, chat, you are correct. Player 2 flippers are in Player 1's Pyramid Fairy.
That may have been what I was mixing up. Well, perhaps Lin will head over and take care of that. No, nope, never mind. However, JP is going to pod right now. Certainly a smart decision. And Trinexx trying to take care of Trinexx, but already lost some of the pattern. Ooh, and has to be careful. Green mail is a bad thing to have right now against Trinexx.
Gets the firehead down at least.
And Trinexx just trying to burn the ice rod, or burn the ice head completely. There we go. Now it's just slash or slam. Choose wisely. Lin going for some sort of timer bomb clip, running out. But nope, has the bomb right there.
JP getting that swamp left side hit, probably mild.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's not much JP can do about it. Fortunately, Trinexx has taken out Trinexx, and Lin has just gotten Megawatt some watery toes. So the big question is, where is that Bombos medallion for our top players? Looks like Lin wants to double check something back on the mountain. Certainly not a bad idea. And just so it is clear, it is entirely possible that Bombos could be in the bottom player's Ganon's tower, which would be extremely evil if that's the case. Already, I hear some people in chat trying to digitally laugh as they want that to happen.
Hints are mixed. Hints can be good, hints can be bad. Hints could be good if you found them earlier, but now they're useless. As JP found out the left side spawn hint after.
Though I am genuinely curious about something. Does sweet corn on pizza actually taste good?
Never had it.
Oh, JP missed the bomb throw. Alright, Megawatt has just taken out King Helmastar and is probably going to mirror to East Palace next. Certainly makes sense to do that.
Pretty standard, easy routing.
And, alright chat, the next time I get a chance to have pizza, if sweet corn is available, I will give it a shot.
I hope you like what you've done here. Chat's going to be an uproar all night about pizza talk.
I said I would try it. I didn't say I loved it or hated it. I just said I haven't had the opportunity. There's a difference. Alright, so now here's an interesting play. Lin is going through Turtle Rock. Now this is a green pendant, so technically we have 6 checks really. And I don't think we've seen any hints about what Sahasrara has, right?
I don't think so.
Huh, that's our first male upgrade for our bottom players, hiding inside a Pendant TR. Ooh, that's a bit of a journey. Remember folks, as this is Multiworld, if an item does not belong to the player that picks it up, there will be text that shows up in the bottom left of the runner's screens. So we do have to keep an eye on that as well, as Megawatt deals with the Armos Knights without a problem.
And because this is Multiworld, there's a weird little thing where if a player picks up an item for someone else, it'll show as their color upgrade, even though it's actually someone else's.
Alright, Eastern Palace down for Megawatt, and is now going towards Swamp Palace to at least complete the 7 for Megawatt of Team Meguwoot. Team Brewers fan Sinak certainly not doing that bad right now. Oh yeah, that's a funny thing. If you're in a boss room, the item tune is going to be different no matter when the item comes in.
And Silver's Fawn Helmasaur, as we just see JP pass off to Trinexx.
And let's see, Lin is now heading through the... At least we're through the first part of Turtle Rock. Now we have to get through the second, more linear part.
Somehow linear, but also labyrinthian. Now, the only two dungeons we have not seen on either side is Ice Palace and Mire.
Ice Palace is a pendant for all 4 of our runners today. But Misery Mire is only a crystal for the top 2. However, top 2 still need that Bombos medallion.
Indeed. JP taking the Smith for a run. I'm frantically trying to check every screen at the same time so I can see if someone finds Bombos.
Don't worry, if we are unable to catch it, chat will. And
That's
chat is
right.
pretty good at that. Sometimes you just have to go with the flow here. Now, JP has chosen to restart at the mountain. Perhaps we will see another dive towards Turtle Rock. Lin is almost through, just have to deal with Laser Bridge. Wait! No, I missaw something. Never mind.
Got me so excited.
I was mixing up tracker and stream end.
Oh.
As we've established, this is a harder to call match than normal.
Very true.
Ironically, I think this is making my calls for the Aladdin match I did earlier for SNES Super Stars a bit easier in retrospect.
So far, nothing really coming out of our top players, Turtle Rock.
Well, that only leaves a Trinexx and turning in the green pendant. We've already established that the pedestal is pointless for all of our players. Oh, that was a bad time for a distraction. 300 rupees to Lin while dealing with Trinexx. Oof. Not the best.
Thankfully, Tempered Sword, much easier fight than the bottom two had.
Alright, so just so it is clear, Megawatt does have all 7 crystals, but is not heading to Ganon's tower yet. So we're not going to be playing any sort of big key guessing games yet. For that matter, we're gonna have to find a way to have 2 of them. Not yet, chat. I see you trying to put some numbers in. Not yet. We have to wait until the players go up towards the tower. There's a difference. Megawatt going for that bomb teleportation glitch. And does so successfully. Okay, Rick, you know better. Alright, what's in bottom pyramid? I forgot. Nothing important. Okay, again, it is not time to play the guessing game. Megawatt has not started going towards Ganon's tower. You have to wait for Megawatt to flute to 1. And he's fluting to 2, so be patient. There is a procedure we have to go through. In the meantime, Lin is going through Spike Cave. Mushroom Turn-In is pointless for everyone in this case. And there you go! Megawatt has officially flown to 1. You may now put your guesses in. There are 22 locations where that big key to Ganon's tower is located. Please put in a number between 1 and 22, inclusive range integers only, no fancy formulas or imaginary or complex stuff. Just the simple number.
3.14?
Are you that desperate to have pie here, Spy?
I get to have pie when the game's over. Give me a break.
The Weasel, keep it rational. I can't believe I actually had to say that. Okay, I have no clue how this guessing game is going to end up with everyone just completely ignoring the traditions and the rules of how this is supposed to go here.
But this is 2v2 Multiworld. Has that ever been ran yet for SG?
I'm pretty sure there's been at least 1 or 2 demonstration races.
Yeah, but now we got a mix rule. Different mode.
Well, there is one tradition. Guessing has to cease, and it ceases now. Chest number 1 for our bottom players. Nothing. Chest 2, nothing. Forced left. And I am going to hopefully get all of the answers that were put in here. As long as the chat scroll lets me go back that far.
Fiesel would like to inquire if physical constants are allowed, and must it be a dimensionless scalar?
Your traditional first grade counting numbers 1 through 22. 4, 5, nothing yet. 6. And 7, no. Oh, and Lin is going to double check the pedestal. Just couch cash. The reason why no love for Zero is because Zero is impossible with these settings. This is not key sanity here. Okay, Rick. I understand your bomb counting issues, but this is not Zelda 1. This is, again, the Super Nintendo Super Stars. This isn't the NES nuclei. I don't know.
Is that the thing? Are we doing an NES run marathon now?
I wouldn't be surprised if
Fiesel's plans.
I wouldn't be surprised if there is an NES marathon on the SpeedGaming networks at some point. It's just not happening now. Also, Ice Palace played by Lin. Alright, chest 10, rupees. Chest 11, rupees. 12, piece of heart. 13, bombs. Oh boy, where is this big key going to be? That's the wrong big key, but good to know it's early for Ice Palace. Alright, chest number 14, Bob's chest. Small key? Where did I see that in that chest? And, oh, come on, Tile, do you have to be that rude to Lin Lin Lin?
Yes.
I swear, at times I feel like I'm the only commentator that tries to cheer for the runners. Ice Armos down, 15 rupees, 16 rupees, 17 rupees! We're going right side, folks. Are we going to actually have a Fabled 22 on this one?
Are we gonna see Tile Room first? Oh my god, we're seeing Tile Room first.
If you wanted to see 22, you may have your guesses incorrect now. Megawatt is subverting our expectations.
I wonder if we'll see Synac also go straight to GT or if he'll check Palette Ice or Meyer.
Well, we have options. Oh, so there was a sorted. Oh my god! It was Tile Room, but it was 18! Not 22! Asri Blight manages to snipe the victory! Oh my goodness. Megawatt. You beautiful player, you.
Chat, that was not 22. It was 18.
Oh gosh, and chat, calm down, calm down. You will get a second chance to play. After all, the top players still have to go through GT. So there is another chance to get your Fable 22 at actual 22.
And yes, we are still looking for Bombos for our top players. We have been just looking for Bombos for quite a while now, actually.
And by the way, the reason why we're not seeing a big chest check, there was already a hint for the bottom players that the big chest was a compass.
To answer a comment in chat, so what's going to happen is Megawatt will go all the way up, defeat Aga 2, but more than likely, if they still don't have Bombos at that time for Lin Lin Lin, he will, instead of going straight to Ganon, go back to checking his other 2 dungeons.
And Lin 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 is just, chilling just outside of Misery Mire.
That means it's gotta be somewhere in the bottom player seeds, I believe, aside from maybe something in Eastern? I'm not sure if we saw all 3 items in Eastern yet.
I think we did. So, this is the point where we are often in what is called fast food mode. The reason I'm calling it fast food is because I don't know what sort of companies we're allowed to mention on this stream. Basically, this is when one player has done every single check they are allowed to do, and they have nothing to do until one of their teammates gets something.
If you feel like not going out and getting fast food, this is also laundry time mode, eat dinner mode, do some homework mode, go play another seed while waiting mode.
Why would you be doing homework while playing a randomizer?
Masochism? I don't know.
And, oh, wait, Chad is bringing up a good point. Lin actually does have checks to do. I don't think we've seen Lin in ice.
They just did ice, I thought.
You're right, they did. Great, now I'm mixing... Now chat's confusing me. Alright, top 4 chests in the tower. First 2 have nothing.
Synak, go into the Meyer area. Wonder if he'll go ahead and...
Consolation chest having nothing, which means it's the toy box or a pendant dungeon.
It's a pendant.
Alright. I mean, in this case, Megawatt had to open the toy box, but I'm still obligated to call him a thief. But not much that can be done here. And for the record, Megawatt did check all of the right side chests.
The only thing he did not check in GT, I should say, rather, is Big Key.
That is correct. The big chest was checked, but... Oh, Synak is going to Misery Mire first. In this case, I can kind of understand. I mean, it comes down to a decision. Do you want to get your early place in, or do you want to try to reduce team averages? Again, I do not know officially how this is going to be scored in the end. But if we do end up with some sort of, I guess, alternating finishes, we may have to look into the rules, whether it's average time or just the first team to finish. So right now, action is interestingly on Synak. Oh, but Megawatt's going to ice. 3 checks in ice. 3 checks effectively for Meyer because that's the green pendant. Which one is going to win?
Oof.
Yeah, this one is going to be close no matter how we call it. Don't worry, folks, I got the footage. We're good right now.
Sorry about that, folks.
1 item has already been found in Misery Mire, it's just money. First chest in Ice Palace. Also a big key. That's a coincidence.
Funny.
And Synak going straight to the other coffee break room, just hoping for something right now. We know it's going to result from one of these 2 dungeons, unless there's another check we're overlooking entirely. This is going to decide the race, I think.
Ooh. I'm trying to think, but I'm pretty sure we've seen...
Tower of Hera basement to Bombos? No, that was Trinexx! Trinexx got that! That was for him! Oh no, I think Trinexx may be confused.
Quite possibly talking it out with JP at the moment.
Yeah. And yeah, I agree, chat. That is perhaps one of the rudest hints I've seen in a multi-world so far. We're looking for Bombos, but the hint we get is for the wrong player. But yeah, effectively, both JP and Lin have been put into BK mode. Well, yeah, I just mentioned it. Dang it! This is what I get for reading chat too much. I'll let you folks figure out what those initials mean. Oh, bottle of green goo and rupees. Okay, Trinexx has found both items in Misery Mire, which means green pendant is going to be the third check from Mire, effectively.
We do have a bottle in Ice Palace. It's the only item I've managed to chat. Or managed to see checked, at least.
Yeah, and remember, folks, green pendant can still lead to the third item here, and oh, JP is being smart, just farming up for extra capacity right now.
Lin hanging out with the bee.
Not the item we're looking for, but we're getting there, folks. And I think JP's able to actually get all of the upgrades with the remaining batch of money here. And there you go, that is a maxed capacity quiver and bomb bag, effectively. Alright, Trinexx is approaching the end of Misery Mire, but Megawatt is down to just a few checks left. Big chest. Hard container, that's item 2. This is going to come down to Cold Stare versus Vitreous. Either Cold Stare has it, or Vitreous has it through Green Pendant exchange to Sahasrara. Sorry, chat, you may have been joking, but this may actually be a thing. Alright, moment of truth as Cold Stare is taken out. It's a heart container! Sahasrara has it! And Megawatt now flying over to Mire, but in this case, well, it may not necessarily be too little too late, but
Megawatt has completely cleared G Tower already. Once Bombos is found, he can go in, fight Ganon.
True. Trinexx still has to go through GT. And wait! That's a shield! Where's our Bombos? Are we missing something?
Did they not get all the items in EP?
I think they had to.
No, they did. That's...
Chad
Is it in GT Big Key Chest?
Wait, JP's heading over. Now I'm just completely confused. Wait, I thought we saw Spike Cave, but that may have been just the top players. No, it cannot be
JP heading
Pen.
to the storyteller.
I mean, chat is saying it could be GT Big Chest, but now this brings up a separate question. There was a hint that said that GT's Big Chest had a compass. But was that for the top player or the bottom player? Because we may be mixing them up. I mean, there are some folks that don't like to play with hints, and we may have just found a legitimate good reason why.
It looks like JP's possibly checking every single storyteller.
Not a bad idea. So here is a rare occasion of seeing the Dark World shopping mall in an open mode seed. There is no other reason to be here right now. There is just one out-of-the-way hint cave here. Oh, and also a storyteller too. Right, that's 2 hints we can get. Big Chest and Thieves, we've already got that. And, oh, come on, Dev Cave, do you have to be that mean? They're just... You are enjoying this way too much, aren't you, Spy?
Lynn's gonna have words for me after this is... I say that because the last time we, I did a multi-world with Lynn, I didn't check Saha's closet for like 3 hours, and I had Lynn's hammer.
And, well, apparently we are getting the pedestal pulled, even though we know it's pointless. Enjoy your 5 rupees, JP.
Chat questioning what the estimate is for the reviews.
The estimate is supposed to be around 2 hours, 30 minutes. Alright, we just have to be overlooking something. Have all players checked Sick Kid? Have all players checked Sahasrara? We know bottom players have checked Sahasrara. And... yeah, right now there is a lot of speculation that it is on top player Sahasrara. Though I could have sworn Lin checked that. I may be mistaken, though. Anyway, Megawatt has got that green pendant and is soon going to give Lin a mirror shield. Now JP just going to visit the Mad Batter just to be absolutely sure. I am genuinely curious what these runners are thinking and saying to each other right now. I mean, there are advantages and disadvantages to what our top two players are doing. JP is basically just going through every single check just to be sure that nothing was red, whereas Lin is just waiting, making the assumption that everything was checked. The advantage for Lin is if Megawatt does find it, then there you go. Lin can just enter Misery Mire right now. But if JP finds it, then he has the advantage, able to just warp over to the 6th spot and enter while Lin is still waiting. I know I'm supposed to be a commentator, and thus I'm supposed to have some words here, but...
I've got nothing. I see you too also have nothing.
I'm trying here, but it's a bit of a struggle. JP, this is an entrance, Rando. There's... I guess JP just wants some money to be sure.
I mean, it could be. A single entrance is swapped.
That doesn't make sense. I just...
No.
Oh, JP's going to buy a hint. There's another storyteller we're overlooking. And I think I know which one. The Dark Chapel. So... where is this? Bombos? And... yes, I do believe... wow, we're actually having archery game here. I mean, if we have to visit more than one storyteller, it makes sense. And there we go, Trinexx has cleared Ice Palace, but has learned it's not there either! And I think Trinexx is confused as well. So I'm going to double check. So the seed was generated through the use of a bot. Yes, there are actually some bots that can generate multi-world seeds. However, I don't think the spoiler log is... wait. It was just found just as my signal went down?
Was it? My thing...
according to chat, there was a chest that Megawatt overlooked. It was bottom player's left side swamp.
Oof. I kind of wonder how long it's going to take Trinexx to go back there.
You know how I talked about how reading the hints can sometimes throw people off? I think that's what happened here. Ganon, give us some words of wisdom, please. No, I don't feel like doing that challenge right now. Oh, man. It was the top players that could skip left side swamp, not the bottom. That's what happened here.
And it looks like Trinexx going straight to GT, possibly thinking it's in one of those chests upstairs.
I mean, again, not a bad idea. There are 27 locations, but in this case, it's not going to work. And yes, chat, we did figure it out. Bombo's was located left side swamp for the bottom players. So all Megawatt has to do is take out Ganon and then wait for Lin to go through.
Player finishing Ganon on Megawatt at approximately 1 hour 54 minutes.
1:54:03 is the correct time. Chat, get your single G's in chat because we're only halfway done. Because action is now on Lin. Alright, remember folks, we will not bring Megawatt in for an interview unless both of the team members are done. So right now we are waiting for Lin to finish Misery Mire, while Sinak is going through GT. Again, the play makes sense, but JP is now going to just... Well, we may see a bird toss at least. Willard J. Bradley. Bombos was on left side swamp for the bottom players. Oh no. Oh! Crushing the bird instead! Ooh. I mean, I've done that before, so I can't really feel too horrible. But I know many people like to see the bird tossed instead. Alright, chat, let's have another game. Question is, will you behave this time? I know the answer to that, but just amuse me. There are 22 locations for the top players to find the Ganon's Tower Big Key, so once again, put in a number between 1 through 22, inclusive range, integers only. That means just the counting numbers you learned in grade school.
3.14.
If you keep this up, Spy, I'm starting to wonder if you should just eat the pie right now.
We don't get to have a coffee break.
You know you are allowed to say that you need to be right back, and I can just handle the booth for a little bit, right?
Yeah, but I know the minute I get up, something horrible is going to happen.
Alright, Goku, you're probably right. Chat only listens to me when I keep my mouth shut and just groove to some tunes in a chair.
Are you 3 links stacked on top of each other?
Just, you know, give me about 5 weeks and you'll get your opportunity.
I shouldn't even behave during crowd control.
There is not much we can do. Again, Danstat is better at dancing than commentating. Betting, though, does have to stop. Lin is in GT. So let me get these numbers copied. Alright.
I will count 1.
You got it.
1 and 2. Nothing. Chat, we closed it. Come on, get with the program.
Alright. The torch is nothing important. Bob will live twice.
And the sparkle sting sleeps in.
Yeah, we did not need that bottle. And folks, I've already got the numbers copied, so no one can attempt to cheese things anymore. Whoa, that's 3 keys in that room! And Trinexx just going for the early tile room play similar to Megawatt. I mean, it makes sense, you just want to get the checks out of the way. But unfortunately, that's just Trinexx's big key. And with the map chest only having arrows, we are heading to the fire snake room.
This will be number 9?
That is correct. Number 9, heart container. Oh gosh, Chad is already asking for double tile room seats. Come on! I mean, yes, it would be a historic moment, but come on! ₹10, 11 map, 12 compass, 13 rupees. Oh my gosh, we're actually approaching it. If this seriously happens, you know what? If this seriously happens, Math Girl, I know you're our tracker. I know you're going to want to laugh. I will permit you to laugh.
You could just have both of us laughing at the same time.
No, I mean, Math Girl, if it ends up being on Tile Room, you can unmute your mic to laugh. And for the record, Chad, JP is just waiting for Bombos, which does have to come from Trinexx's game. It's just Trinexx in the wrong spot. 15, heart piece. 16, there's the other mirror shield. 17 rupees. Oh no, it's right side again. Oh my gosh, we are seriously on the verge of history.
This needs to be notated in the community Discord. Oh, but Lynn's going straight past Tile Room to check the other 4 first.
I mean, it makes sense. It's typically quicker to go for these 4 checks, especially when you're the only one playing. But if there's no big key here, you are getting your 22, folks. So, are we going to have a double tile room multi-world seat? Let's see, 18! It's double 18s instead! Double life for big keys today. So it is significant in other ways. But hey, we got 1 tile room in. And Azri Blight gets it again. Actually, Azri Blight was the only one who guessed 18. Oh my goodness. Well, that's how the seeds go at times. We had one 18 that was relatively earned, and another where it was subverted, but So, read lots, just so it's clear, Lin Lin has to actually go through Ganon's tower, because this is not a fast Ganon setup.
Multiworld is still on version 30 rather than version 31 at the moment for the.
And while the multi-world build is based off of some of the entrance randomizer logic for version 30, I don't recall if the Crystal's goal, which is the same as Fast Ganon effectively, that's typically not enabled for this mode here. And so JP's Bombos is actually sitting on left side swamp.
In Trinexx world.
Yep. But at the very least, Sinak is about to clear GT. But wow. Came down to forgotten areas and just Torsweet asks, is it possible for one partner to finish the game and then strand the other? Technically if one wanted to be a jerk, but no, these are SNES Super Stars. They actually prefer camaraderie and teamwork here.
JP wants to play.
And oh, JP is leaving now. JP's going to double check left side swamp.
Oh no.
But here's the thing, JP did not come from the Dark World.
Nope. And I have to go redo that.
And Lin is just going to try to hover his way across, and does so successfully. Which means it is now time for some geometry or trigonometry or some other form of math class.
3.14. Three Aghanims, 1 link, 4.
Now JP just going through race game again, which has been invaded by a soldier. Sheesh, I forgot that it became more difficult then. Sinak. Oh no, Sinak is going now, but it may be too little too late. As Ganon delivers one of the traditional text strings to Lin, as the final battle rages on.
Luckily, with Tempered Sword and Silver's Ganon, a relatively quick.
But then I think it's entirely possible that that remaining sword was either in Big Chest, Tile Room, or one of the 4 at the top. And no, the lumberjack did not have anything. Aga was only required for the purposes of Dark World traversal. And yes, silver arrows were found. And with that, that is 4 silver to sword swings. Lin just has to cross that bridge of destiny and lock in the time. Get your GGs out in chat, folks. For Team Meguwoot has locked in a team time of 2 hours, 8 minutes, and 57 seconds. They are your winners. So with that in mind, let's at least see if we can bring them in for an interview. I admit we may need some minor help for that. So, Math Girl, if you're able to help out a little bit with that, please, that would be great. Yeah, I do not know if the invitations got sent or if we have to do it the manual way, so we're just getting some things straightened out here. Okay. Alright, I think we have at least one of the members. And, oh! There we go. JP now has that Bombos and has immediately put it to use.
Hello?
Good evening, Lin.
Good evening.
Will we be joined by your partner, Megawatt?
He told me he didn't get an invite.
We'll just have to get one manually. Give me a moment.
So while we're working on getting Megawatt into the stream here, what were your thoughts on that seed?
I mean, like, given how... I won't say Megawatt's flippers were bad, but they were kinda, like, in a spot where when you find them, you're actually that Bombos for go mode. And, like, as Megawatt was doing Swamp, he asked me, can I skip left side Swamp? He had a lot left, and he had GT as well.
Yeah, and then it ended up that there was exactly one item on left side.
Yeah.
We had one item left to find. And with GT Ice and Mire open, I figured it was unlikely to happen.
I think it's the right call to skip left side. In this
Yeah, I still
we
think
got-
it's the right call.
Yeah, we got burned pretty hard, but I still think it's the right call.
Yeah.
I can understand that, but apparently in this case the right call meant, let's just say a more interesting seed for chat.
I mean, especially how Multiworld works, like it like from what I understood, the last update made it so like it's not about items looking each other like in a Ocarina of Time. Like there's actually a number of check. Yeah, that's how I was told at least, that each player has a similar amount of checks in given sphere. So we figured that the Bombos could definitely be in GT. So like with all the checks in GT.
GT was completely empty. Ice was completely empty. Meyer was completely empty. And then I'm stuck checking going back to left side.
We were all confused at that point. Basically, what was going on. So, Megawatt, you went to Ice Palace first. Sinak went to Misery Mire first at roughly the same time. And when we saw nothing on Ice, we were like, oh gosh, it's a Hasra. And then, nope. It was a shield. Also, chat, get your single G's in chat for Sinek has finished for his team.
I mean, especially in Multiworld, like you can't leave anything behind. Like especially my seed as player one, it was aside from that Bombos that was on the left side swamp, everything was just given to you. Like when I reached Dark World, I know where my mates were. I was missing a book and a hammer and Bombos. That's how like kind that seed was early game.
Yeah, I did notice, Lin. You basically had all the items, you know, as did JP early on, except for just those remaining few. It was actually your partners that were struggling to pull this off here.
And they weren't even in a bad spot in the end. Like Hammer was just in C-shaped house and the book was just sitting in Thieves down. And like, okay.
See, a player one seed was like just so free up to that Bombos medallion. And then like if you decide to go left side, then it's, I mean, kind of free. But like I wasn't in any sort of position where that seemed like a good idea. I almost wanted to do it, finding the big key in the first test of Swamp Palace, but then I convinced myself like I have so many other things to do that the possibility that I have to waste 2 minutes checking left side is very, very low. So, well, GT it was, and then Ice Palace, and then Meyer.
That's how it goes. It's... honestly, I don't know how I would have made that call in that position. So, for all I know, I could have let my partner down for a half hour as well.
I don't even know how long I was waiting in front of my...
You said you had Spooky stored for like 20 minutes?
Something like this.
Did you end up using that spooky action glitch?
Yeah, I did. Like, I was playing with my B at some point and I was like, I'm not and have a full understanding how those ends sort of work. So like, I have time. I'll just reset my spooky. I just mirrored out and flew it again.
Speaking of spooky, what happened to your inventory there, Lin?
Good question. Good question.
That's freaking me out a little, I'm not gonna lie.
In the end, it may not matter too much.
I'm playing on classic. So yeah, that's that.
So, when you finally found your hammer, Lynn, I immediately knew I was in trouble because whenever I'm involved with the multiworld with you in some shape or form, your hammer is in the worst.
It wasn't in a bad spot. Like, Aga isn't that bad.
Yeah, but no, I never want to make anyone do Aga. Like,
Well, Aga is really not that bad of a play, really.
Yeah, if it's forced, then it's like, sure, it's like 3 or 4 minutes spent doing something that doesn't really progress you in any meaningful way. Aside from Dark World Access, of course, which is pretty meaningful if it's forced. But I mean, it's something that everybody has to do, so it's not really that bad. If it's a gamble to go kill Aga 1 and it doesn't pay off, then obviously that's pretty bad. But like, yeah, if it's force, it's not even bad, in my opinion.
Especially in the multiple situation where anyways, you will do the checks. Like, I told Mega what I kind of wanted to do Aga already before going to Eastern, but like, since we were still looking for his girl that ended up in Saha's closet, and since I was there, I was like, yeah, guess I'll do Eastern since I'm here.
Also, shoutouts to the extremely well-timed ice rod from Lynn's Swamp Palace.
Oh yeah, that was. I noticed what was going on because Sinek actually got that ice rod first, and we were like, oh my gosh, this may end up being close, but in this case, Lynn managed to pull it off. And we now have Sinek in chat waiting for his partner to finish, and yeah, left side swamp is the worst in these situations.
So after I got my mids, like I knew I was possibly still needing that Bombo, but it took me time to go and check it because there's a few checks. I had like Pod, Swamp. I had a lot of things. But when I ended up finding Mega with flippers, I'm like, might want to check that at some point. So we know.
Where were my flippers again?
The Pyramid Fairy.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, not the greatest spot either, but
I mean, like, 5-6 were actually free because it was still Hera and Thieves Town, but with, especially after Thieves Town and you found that book, you have so much of the world open to you that you don't even think about Pyramid Fairy at this point.
I mean, I think you would at least, like, mirror flute straight to Desert Palace, grab your mitts, and then maybe, like, flute back and then continue where you left off, except now you can not orphan Spin Chain. Potentially, anyway.
I mean, even with Aga down, the Pyramid Fairy is slow.
Yeah, true. And we were, like, not that many items for go at that point. That was, like, go mode for you, with the exception of Bombos, which you didn't know we needed yet. And then 3 more items, I believe, at the time for me. I think it was, like... Yeah, I think I had just recently picked up my hammer. So it was, like, my flippers, ice rod, and bow left.
so I only have at least one more question on top of my head right now. Why did you have to call yourselves Team Megurut?
Well, we needed some kind of team name that fit both players. My name is obviously Megawatt.
I tend to say oh a little bit.
A little bit.
Oh, was I saying it wrong
Just a
this whole
little bit.
time?
how is it supposed to be pronounced?
There may be an Owo and an Uwu. Or apparently there's an Owu as well. I don't know. As I said, you hear one, you hear a bunch of them, and you get too confused, and then you want to go, ah.
Oh, poor JP. Tailbone too.
Ooh. That's never friendly.
You've set chat off again, Wolfman.
I'm used to that by now. I feel like I've been doing it at least once every few minutes throughout the SNES Super Stars. But let's at least give JP our energy as we are about to finish this seed up. Aga 2 is taken down. And so, JP is finally able to breathe a sigh of relief. One more battle awaits.
It's funny, looking at the collection rates, you never realize how many items are actually in this game until you end up checking 200 of them.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. $216 is the max, but based off of common seed rules, we don't always get to pick up all 216. Remember that version 30, if not earlier versions, introduced the one-to-one key logic, whereas version 31 allowed separating that between 100% inventory and 100% locations.
Indeed. And of course with Multiworld, that doubles.
Alright, no torch glitch, but we don't need it. JP just has to cross the bridge of destiny and lock in the time. Everyone, get your GGs out in chat.
Or your second G if you gave one early.
Team Brewers fan Trinexx has locked in a team time of 2 hours, 26 minutes, 19 seconds. Alright, right now both of the other players are just waiting to enter the booth. And while we're waiting for that, please follow our forerunners, Brewers fan JP, Linya, _Sinac, and Megawatt. Speaking of them, welcome JP and Sinac.
Hi.
GG's. Good seed, huh?
Yeah, it was fun. I'm very embarrassed though right now.
It's alright. It's alright, Sinak. I did the same thing.
Wait, so you fully wait, you last location Bombos?
Yes.
Well? I don't feel too bad now.
How could you not? Like flippers were like the last thing I found to basically be able to reach GT. And at that point I had Ice Palace, Mire, and GT open. And then it turns out there's like one item on left side swamp. So Lynn and I are like, alright, the decision here is to skip left side, go straight to GT. Because obviously where the Bombo's medallion's gonna be, right? Because it's only one item for collected go mode.
Yeah,
And
it's
there's
like
only one item on left side.
And so here's the thing, right? Is like as I'm talking like through this with JP, and I'm like, you know what? We should be thorough with our dungeons right before going into GT. And then I just make this arbitrary decision. Oh, it's one item, whatever, right? There's no way it can be anything we need. And then I finally forgot about it, right? And I thought, oh, well, it was no longer on my radar of items, completely off of my mind. So then I go and we're like, wait, we're not finding Bombos. Is it going to be on the Moldworm 2 chest? Is the dream real? And then dreams were suddenly dashed, right? And then I'm like, wait, what? So then I go through my slash receipt or my slash missing, which by the way you're allowed to do in these races. That's a thing
I did it.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, we allow slash missing. So I go through and then I'm like, oh wait, Swamp Palace. Well, then I also saw Skull Woods in there as well. I'm like, what? Did I not open up the big chest? Is there still a missing item in there? So I went there first, and then I realized I didn't have the big key, and then I realized I had both items. So I bailed out of there, did left side swamp, and then I'm cursing in the same language I couldn't use on SpeedGaming as I'm finding this item, and then I lose my internet access just before I actually loot the item. So my stream goes down. So I'm having to go into Discord, kick myself out of the Multiworld server again, for the fourth time, and then reconnect, and then finally actually send the item to JP. And I'm like, gosh dang it! Thank you, Mediacom. 10 out of 10. I'm glad I pay you guys like $130 a month for my internet. Keep up the good work.
Shout outs
we
to
get
Mediacom.
No, I pay other people. So that's the story there. So every time I was pausing, I lost my internet pausing, I was trying to kick myself out of the server. In fact, I had a little procedure for it too, right? The one time I lost it while I was in the basement of Hera. So I spent that time waiting through my coffee breaks where get reconnected to the Multiworld strats. So that's yeah. And then I get that hit in Meyer, and it's like, wait, Bombo's oh, for me, not player one.
Yep.
So I've read it 4 times. If you guys noticed,
Yep.
I was so tilted after losing internet 5 times and basically hundoing the entire seed looking for Bombos. So, but that's how these work, right?
Yep. Pretty much.
Yep.
And then you make one skip, and it's of course go mode.
It's the fatal one.
Both of you made this. That is, both Sinak and Megawatt. You both made the same, seemingly intelligent decisions to check your pendant dungeons first. There were more items available there. Megawatt went ice first. Sinak went Meyer first, and then, well, that's when a lot of the hilarity took place.
Something else interesting though is that I have a friend who occasionally watches my stream, and every time he tunes in, there's somehow progression that I end up skipping on left side swamp. So he tunes in today, of course, and he's like, "It's gonna happen," and I'm like, "No, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen." So I skip left side again, and naturally, guess what happened?
Yep.
Yeah. By the way, that was a fun race. I'm so glad.
Yeah,
we were kind of scared after we saw the schedule on Saturday and realized we weren't on it. And then Feasel sends me a DM out of nowhere. It's like, hey, do you want to do Friday? And I'm like, I'll check with the guys. And it all worked out, so we were able to do this and present to you kind of this is the future of LTTPR, what you're looking at right now. You're going to see a lot more multi-world races, especially after some additional tech comes out.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fun way to play Link to the Past randomizer. You get to spend 2, hopefully not 2.5 hours, just chatting with somebody else, last location each other's items. It's a good time. And
PK mode for 20 minutes. Why would you?
Hey, I heard. So JP said he got a 99 on the archery game. So waiting while in DK.
I got the 99 archery game. I went and did the full upgrades. I went and pulled the pedestal. What else did I do in the BK mode?
Yeah. So, if I'm not sure if you guys covered this, Wolfman and Spy Poet, but if you want to play this yourself, go to the link to the past randomizer Discord. That's discord.gg/ALTTP randomizer. After you join, there's a multi-planning channel. In there's some pins, and one of them is a guide written by a community member called J.R. Jathom that has like all the details and everything you need to know to set this up for yourself and play it with your friend. Or there's generally always multi-world runs happening on the main Discord as well. You can hop into one of those. Those people are really friendly. They're open to anybody that's better than me.
And even if you have trouble setting it up,
Yeah.
you can just join a channel and ask people that they'll gladly help you setting multi-world up.
Yeah. No, like there's a bunch of smart people in there that'll help you out, and in the event that there isn't, well, then I'll be there. So, but yeah, it's a whole lot of fun. It's a great way to enjoy. You don't have to race it. Like you can just sit there and just play it casually. You can use all the glitches you want, like when you're just playing on a team. Like we stuck with the no major glitches rule set because we're clearly racing, but like when you do these just as a big team, sometimes like if you're just in BK mode, they'll just bust out major glitches and do things that normally you don't get to do, and that could be a lot of fun.
Indeed. Maybe one day I'll come back to playing a multi-world seed myself. I just have to reset things up again, that's all. But any final thoughts from all four of you before we have to try to wrap things up here?
And thanks for having us this evening. Was really fun. I actually never raced multi-world, so that was actually a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think this
that
might
was
have been
definitely a
my
lot of
first-
fun.
I
Like
think
I've done,
this might have been my first multi-world race as well. So.
yeah, I do a lot casually, but my first race, just like I said.
Yeah,
it was like-
and for AGDQ, we have a 2v2 multi-world tournament that we're doing right now, where the semifinals and finals are going to actually be played at the event. This live. We're doing like the first 2 rounds offline or online because like these take a while, right? So, but yeah, it's a whole lot of fun. I'm looking forward to that.
Shame that it's not always easy for to want to commentate there, because I know any commentary that's done at the live event would be heard by everyone, and in this case, that's not a good thing. But not much we can do about that. Please, give it up for our forerunners, Brewers Fan JP, Linlin Linya, V Sinek, and Megawatt. Don't forget about my commentary partner, Spy Poet, and our 2 trackers, Frostwares and MathGirls718.
And because he can't shout himself out, definitely give Wolfman a follow.
Yeah, I mean, we have had a lot of great events so far on the SNES Super Stars, but we still have plenty more to come. Next up, we are going to have a bit of a puzzle block, where we will have ACM-LM and FFR Pro 21 go for Dr. Mario, Tetris, Super Nazo Puyo, Roulette No Ro, and Wario's Woods. Oh, that one by I Like Being Smart. So yeah, it is now time to put our brains together and solve some puzzles. So with that in mind, folks, for everyone here, this is Wolfman2000, aka Danstead. May your stars be super, and may you keep on grooving. Good night.